This is the premiere production of Noise News. I'm Nick.
And I'm Tori. First, we get a closer look at what's going on with trains.
Hey Tommy, do you like trains?
I love trains. They're so cool, big, fast, and loud.
Don't forget about dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah, the average train goes around 45 miles an hour and weighs around 65 tons.
Wow, I would not want to be hit by a train.
Yeah, you have to be careful around trains, especially around tracks that don't have crossings.
What else can I do to prevent a tragic accident?
Well, first of all, you always have to look before you cross the tracks. You should always stay behind crossing arms when a train is coming.
Thanks, Dylan. Look, there's one now.
Thanks, Tommy and Dylan. Now to an in-depth story on ISIS youth recruiting. Hey Spectrum, Nick and Josh here bringing you some information on the ISIS extremist group. Before you is a picture of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He's the self-proclaimed caliph or Islamic leader of the Islamic states of Iraq and Syria. There's very little known about him, but what we do know is he was in prison for a while. He was released in 2009 and started the ISIS extremist group. ISIS is a branch of Al-Qaeda, and they have started some unique ways of recruiting.
One of the ISIS unique ways of recruiting now is directly in Minneapolis, so it directly relates to us, and it's through social media such as Twitter and Facebook. And their general group that they're recruiting is people right out of high school, so that's why you guys need to beware and don't friend anyone you don't know on Facebook, and just keep an eye out for anything.
Next, we take a glance back to Career Day. One of the questions we are most frequently asked as children is, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's a big question full of multiple possibilities, which is why Spectrum held a Career Day.
You have to learn to fly by the instruments. Whether you're in storms, whether you're in the clouds, basically you have no reference to the outside world. You have to fly by strictly the instruments. So that was the second step that it took me. Then the third step that I did was my commercial license. Basically, you want to be a pilot, why? Why would you like to be a pilot? There's a lot of different avenues at that point in your career, or in your training, that you can decide what you want to do.
A variety of speakers from pilots to therapists came to visit that day.
Riding it and things happen and you never know what's coming around the bend. And in therapy, you figure out that it's not a roller coaster, it's actually a car, and you're driving it. And you get to make choices about where you're driving and what you're doing and what's going on for you.
Students were given the chance to listen to two speakers of their choice to discover if they truly want to follow that career path.
And he was the entrepreneur of this. So you could definitely run a business, but it's totally different to start a business. They're two separate things, and we're going to kind of focus really today on starting.
And write because it makes you happy. What's the point? If you're sitting there writing, you're miserable because you're writing a story. Oh gosh, this is horrible. I can't stand them. It's like, why are you doing it? You should be excited to sit down and create and write a story. Because if you're not a writer.
Thanks to all the helpful speakers, students now have a better idea of what careers they're interested in. So what are you going to be when you grow up? This is Tori Luna signing off for Noise News.
Good job. Get it? Job? It's another word for career.
Wow, no kidding.
Well, let's find out how to get community outreach hours.
Have you ever had troubles finding out what you want to do for service hours? Well, we talked to a couple of Spectrum students and found out what they did.
I helped work at the Sting Swing Golf Classic.
I helped disabled veterans.
I ran cable in an attic.
Okay, I'm an avid tutor.
Are you a talented musician? Share that talent within your community.
I'm Kelvin, and for my service learning hours, I play the drums at church on the worship team.
I play bass on my worship team.
So for service learning hours, I taught 9th grade youth group for my church, and I do that every Wednesday from 7 to 10.
Or you can help people around the world.
Okay.
Okay, so for service learning, I went to Feed My Starving Children and volunteered at church.
I went to Feed My Starving Children and I packaged food for people.
Hopefully you can use these ideas to make a difference in your community.
That was an outstanding story. Now we find out about the evolution of Halloween.
Every civilization around the world has a day sacred to their dead.
Well, I know that we go out in costumes to get candy. I don't really know.
I believe Halloween originated in Germany from a holiday that I'm unfamiliar with. But I know it used to be, or I'm guessing that it used to be a celebration of the dead, or a celebration of perhaps like demonic possession, which eventually became the happy, candy-filled holiday we have today.
An ancient Celtic tradition known as Samhain mixes with a Christian tradition of All Hallows Eve. It creates Halloween as we know it today.
I think that Count Nicula and lovely Luna would agree that story was hauntingly great.
Indeed. Next up, we answer the question of whether or not Black Friday is becoming Black Thursday.
To give you an overview of what Black Friday, or what we call now Black Thursday, is, it originated in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1961. That's when the term began because it's over-industrialized in Philadelphia, and it became widely popular in 1975, and it became the biggest shopping day in the US in 2005. Now, when they started Black Thursday, it was in 2011, and what businesses are trying to get through here is to get the biggest deals and get them out to people so they can make more money in the shortest amount of time, because obviously Black Friday is a small amount of time to go shop. We interviewed our very own Gary Olszewski and Josiah Bonnie to get their opinion on what Black Thursday is going to become in the future.
So there are benefits of Black Thursday in that you don't have to stay up till midnight to get the best deals, but at the same time it's kind of taking away from family time and stuff that we normally do on Thanksgiving. I think boycotting could help move back the times to where they previously were, but at the same time, I don't know if it will, because I think people will still go out at 5 p.m. and stuff because that's when they want the best deals. If for the boycott to actually work, they'd have to have everyone boycott. Otherwise, it's just going to be the smart people who don't boycott, and they'll go get all the good deals.
Businesses merging the Thursday before the Thursday of Thanksgiving and the Friday directly after Black Thursday and Black Friday is smart because it will relieve congestion in the stores, allowing more people to go, and then they will make more money. Considering the loss of family time, businesses don't care about family time. All they care about is making money, and if it takes away from family time, well, then that's the people's fault that's going, because they're leaving their family to go shopping.
Now that's an obvious difference in opinion there. Will you go shopping on Black Thursday? We'll see.
Thinking about Thanksgiving makes me hungry for turkey. Are we almost done here?
Well, it's a good thing there's no more news for today, so you can go and eat.
This has been the premiere production of Noise News, keeping you in on the noise. Go eat some turkey.
Hey, do you like books? Do you ever feel like you might need a couple more books? Well, if you do, come on down to the book fair. Yeah.